What's good YouTube, Target here and welcome to the final episode of City of Gardens scenario. As I've said on a previous video, this episode will be dedicated on fixing some existing issues and finalizing the zoning of the city. So without further ado, let's start doing it. Alright guys, so I figured out we could start by finishing up the zoning of the city. We still have this piece of land that we still need to finish, and I want to turn it all into residential. Now I still have some demand for office and commercial, so I think I need to satisfy that demand before doing anything else. So I think I'm gonna zone all of this with some offices, and I can continue the commercial zoning all the way until, let's see, maybe until here, and likewise. Okay, that's good. Maybe I can even continue this layout and make a dedicated space just for offices. Maybe if I do something like this. Okay, continue this line all the way over here, and maybe do the same at about here. Okay, now all of these can be offices. By the way, look at how well our new interchange is dealing up with traffic. There's a lot of traffic coming through here, but it works out pretty well. Cars have to slow down quite a bit to make a very sharp turn, but I think that's okay. I think it works. And this area over here as well is working magnificent. But we'll take a look on traffic at a later stage. For now, let's just focus on the zoning. Our new offices and commercial are now almost fully developed, so I think I'm gonna start zoning all of this with residential. It also seems that these buildings over here next to this park are still getting a lot of noise pollution due to the monorail station, so what I think I'm gonna do is just for this little space, disable residential and enable some commercial. Okay, like this. That should fix the issue. Perhaps I can even zone a bit more commercial right next to the airport and monorail, because it is an area of a huge amount of people, or passenger flow, so to say. So I think I'm gonna put commercial all the way over here and also all the way over here. Okay, and let it develop. And now we need to make some pathways. First things first, I think I'm gonna convert this road to roads with crosswalks. First off, I need to connect this. Maybe I can even keep these small connections over here. They don't seem to hurt, but I will want to make them one way. So this one going in and this one coming out. There we go. And this one can stay as is. Perfect. We cannot forget to provide leisure to these new areas, so that's exactly what I'm gonna do. For offices, I think I'm gonna provide some plazas, and I think I'm gonna put one right about over here and another one over here. That's more than enough. And for commercial, I think I'm gonna put a basketball court right about, maybe right next to the monorail. How about that? Awesome. I also think I'm gonna put two plazas at around this location, and one over here and another one over there, perfectly centered to the monorail. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Alright guys, I've been working on quite a few things off camera. First and foremost, I remade this connection over here, and I've turned this into another endpoint to the city. I've made the traffic split in two. One of them goes straight to this road right next to our new office district, and the other one wraps around and connects to our segment of road that was pretty much a dead end. So I gave it a purpose, and I've terminated the district in a cul-de-sac, or a roundabout, whatever you want to call it. Likewise, I've also remade this connection over here that leads to the city. I noticed quite a bit of traffic accumulating over here now that we have zoned some more buildings, so I converted it into a proper interchange. One of the things that I'm gonna do is continue this layout and fill it with some more commercial and office, just so we have enough demand so that we can zone this entire thing with residential. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna grab my road and I think I'm gonna make a small layout. Maybe I'll just continue this all the way over here. Okay, and maybe I can even keep moving forward all the way until here. Maybe I can do a little bridge over here by going 1, 2, 3. And why is it not crossing? I don't know. Let's try this again. Okay, there we go. Now we should go by 10, 20. Alright. Connect it like that. Okay, perfect. And now maybe I can make a quick connection right about over here. Maybe like this. Okay, that's pretty good. Perfect. And delete this. And that should be our new layout. I have no problem with that. Now I'm just gonna give water to the whole thing. Continue the layout all the way over here. And maybe another pipe over here. Okay. Now just another one to finish the whole thing up. And now we can zone everything with some offices. Let's just do that. Give some more jobs to our citizens. And perhaps I can even place a few more commercial, maybe around over here on this location. So let's just dezone all of these offices and turn them into commercial. I think I'm gonna put offices in all of this. Alright. And maybe just to balance things a bit better, I'm gonna turn some inner segments into offices. And that should give us a good RCI demand that will allow us to finish this up with some residential. Alright, and with this I think we are set to finish up the zoning of residential, so I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna zone a small block for now and wait until these things start developing a bit more, and then I'll finish up zoning of residential. Okay, so I left the zoning developed and I've also zoned everything with residential, and it seems that we now have every single zoning space of the city developed. So yeah, that's pretty much okay. We got that thing out of the way, and now we should start focusing on other issues. So let's start out with traffic. Okay, regarding traffic, we have quite a few problems in our city, so let's analyze them one by one. First we have this thing over here, which is our new connection. I thought this would be okay in fixing traffic. It is. Well, we have a traffic sign over here, so maybe we can change this into a highway. Let's see what else is giving us troubles. This off point is also quite problematic. I will have to make some adjustments. And let's see. Well, this area is red, but it's pretty much covered. It's only indicating the volume of traffic. This is all okay. Our cargo station is quite populated at the moment. Somebody suggested to put another one, and that's probably something that I'm gonna do. I'll probably put another one over here. That's a place where people have suggested, so that's something that I'll probably work on. Let's see, we have a huge problem over here. With our recycling centers, so I'll probably have to add another connection for our trash trucks get to other parts of the city. We have a gigantic problem at around over here, so I think I'll need to rework this connection as well. And this area over here as well. Well, this is not that problematic. We have a few cars stopped, but I think this is quite normal as long as we don't have a gigantic line. And the rest of the city seems pretty much covered. This roundabout is okay, and these areas as well. Well, this is next to our industrial site, so I don't think there's a problem with this. Yeah, so our main problems are over here. So guys, what I think I'm gonna do is work a bit on this off camera, and I'll meet you guys in a couple of minutes to show you my solutions to these traffic issues. One of the things that we can do right now, by the way, is before I even do those things off camera, maybe I can provide another road connection from here all the way over here and straight to this highway. Let's see how it works. Perhaps now garbage trucks will now see this as a viable option as well. Yeah, that seemed to have helped the situation quite a bit. So it's these small things that I have to do all the way throughout our city and fix the traffic a bit better. So let's just work on that. Alright guys, I've been doing quite a bit of modifications regarding traffic, so let's just see the results. So starting off with this area, it seems that it's pretty much controlled by now, so I don't think I'm gonna do any adjustments here. I've got cars stopping at the traffic lights, but because we don't have a huge line that goes across the entire avenue, I think this is pretty much acceptable. I'm okay with having this many cars stopping at the traffic light. Now moving on here, we have pretty much the same thing. Sometimes we have some congestions, but again, this is controllable, so I'm not gonna touch that. Moving on to this district, we have a bit of red here, but it seems to be fine. The new cargo station that I've just built, here we have it, is having quite a bit of movement, not that much, but it served this purpose, which was to ease the traffic on this particular cargo station. So as you see, cargo is now evenly split between the two stations. So thank you for that suggestion to whoever made it on the comment section on the last episode. Now over here, yeah, sometimes we still have a bit of traffic when a cargo train comes along. But as soon as these trucks go away, it pretty much gets back to normal, so that's okay. This area over here, well, the connection that I had seemed to have helped, and now we have much less cars stopping. Perhaps I could make this a better connection, but again, because the traffic is not that bad, I think we can keep it. And over here, this is where I've made the biggest modification. So yeah, this is pretty much overkill, but it's fine. I'm gonna keep it because it kind of looks good, and I kind of like it. So as you remember, I had this interchange, or this highway connecting to this layout and this one as well simultaneously to this highway, and I've converted this into a modified version of a trumpet interchange on steroids. So yeah, this is pretty much my solution. It will probably be underused, but it is extremely efficient with traffic, so I don't think we'll ever have problems with this. And the rest of the city seems to be pretty much okay. Again, we have some areas of particular congestion, But again, because we don't have any uncontrollable situation, I think we are okay with traffic so far. So yeah, let's move on to other things. Now, something else that I would like to touch on is public transport. A lot of people have been asking me to add a few more public transport lines, such as trams, or even use all the public transport options. And to be quite honest with you guys, I'm not gonna do that, because there's pretty much no need for that. We have a public transport network that pretty much covers the entire city, and it's pretty much very efficient, and that can be seen with how smoothly our traffic flows. So if we didn't have enough public transport, our streets with almost 19,000 population, our cities will pretty much be crowded with vehicles, and that's not the case. What I can do, however, is optimize the lines a bit better, namely the metro line. So if I take a look at my metro line, I can see that I have some stations that are pretty much crowded with people. This one over here has almost 400 people, and each metro can only carry about 180. Let me just see which one it is. It is this one over here. Yeah, we got quite a bit of bus stops bringing people to this station, so it's quite normal. Let's see what else we have. We have this one over here. That's okay, that's not an issue. Yeah, that's pretty much controllable. But one thing that I can do to make this work a bit better, let me just turn this off. Okay, there we go. The view was kind of messed up. One of the things that I can do is raise the number of vehicles, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to put 30 metros circulating around this gigantic line. That should cover this entire city, or at least make it so that we don't have a lot of people waiting for the metro to come. Another thing that I would like to optimize is actually my monorail. Because my monorail is so underused, as you can see we have so few people using it, I think I can increase the number of vehicles using it. So this particular line has 6 vehicles, I think we can safely remove it all the way to 3 vehicles. That should be pretty much enough for the city. And we cannot forget to do the same with the other line. The monorail line number 2 that goes counterclockwise, and I'm gonna reduce all the vehicles to 3. That should be pretty much okay. Okay, before wrapping up this series, there's one final thing that I want to work on, which is the decoration of the city. So we have quite a bit of things to work on, such as these dead hands that you can see over here. I think we can turn them into roundabouts or something like that. We also have some unfinished pedestrian pathways that I should continue and make a network. And we also have to put a bunch of trees everywhere and make this thing a bit prettier. I think I'm gonna turn this area over here into a park, a natural park, as somebody has suggested. I'm gonna put some pedestrian pathways and also some trees. And I also have a lot of areas in my city to decorate as well. So I'm gonna do that right away, and I'll meet you guys in some minutes to show you what I've done. Alright guys, this just took a lot of time decorating this entire city. So let me just show you what I've done. I think the most significant part of the time-lapse was actually this central area over here. I pretty much converted all of this into a gigantic natural park, which is all connected with cycling roads. So I pretty much connected the entire city with cycling roads, and I think with the encourage cycling policy, it will actually force people to use them. As you can see, we already have some people using them to travel from one corner to the city to the other. So this is pretty much very useful. I really like how it turned out. Look at how many people are actually using it. This is amazing. I've decorated this entire thing with trees, as you can see, and I've also placed some rocks just to spice things a little bit and make everything much prettier. I've also worked a bit on our zoning, so I've created this very small residential suburb right on the outskirts of the city, very isolated. This is supposed to be a very isolated neighborhood, and I think I've managed to do that quite well. It is also covered by the pathways that we have, and I've done the same thing over here. So I had a dead end over here, which I have connected to a road that was over here. I have provided a bridge between our residential district and our farms, which is this one. We didn't have this in the past. And I've also zoned a few residential over here because we had a lot of residential demand at the time, and I decided to cover this with residential. I've also noticed that this roundabout over here is not as it's supposed to be. It should be a one-way road. There we go. And yeah, I've tried not to go over border trees, especially because this is a farming district, and as you can see, this entire area is in a yellow shade, which represents the fertile area of the land. So this fertile area is pretty much controlled by the absence of trees, so if I zone trees over here, this yellow shade goes away and I cannot get it back regardless, as I've mentioned on a previous episode, but I kind of felt like I need to remind some of you. I have also decorated the rest of the city. I've pretty much just placed trees where I thought they would look good, such as this area of the airport, separating the airport from the main city, and also these small gaps that I have in between buildings. So yeah, I pretty much covered this entire thing with trees, and I've also done the same to the older part of the city, such as this one, for example. I had this pretty much blank and I decorated with trees. Okay guys, and with this I think it's finally time for us to wrap up this scenario. We have done pretty much everything that we could, or at least I've done everything that I wanted to do. Our budget is pretty much stable right now. I've just went through a death wave and I managed to remain positive the entire time. Oh, and we just won a football match. How poetic. And our population is also quite good. We're almost at 100,000 residents. I don't think I want to go past that. Now, there are a few things that I could have done, or at least I said that I would do, but I didn't. For example, one of them was remove this entire polluting industrial site of the city, but because it is fully developed to the maximum evolution level and is providing quite a bit of jobs, I think I'm gonna keep it, especially because it also it's a good way of providing our commercial buildings with goods. So yeah, I think I'm gonna keep it. Now, I know that some of you were expecting this episode for me to go completely bananas and build a bunch of stuff, such as monuments and a lot of public transportation networks and customized parks, but keep in mind guys that this is pretty much just a wrap-up episode. Unfortunately, I cannot do everything that you guys have suggested, especially because I have no time, and that's one of the reasons. And the second reason is that, well, we have pretty much just beat the scenario. Now, I've always said that the purpose of this series was to beat the scenario and give you guys something to watch during the week while you're waiting for the next episode of Design and Manage, and I think this series served its purpose quite well. So I think it's time for us to wrap it up. Something else that I would like to talk about is the plans for the future. I've said 2 episodes ago that today I was going to tell you about my plans for future series, and I know that a lot of you would like me to do another Let's Play, namely the fixed traffic scenario. A lot of people have been suggesting that. Others have suggested a scenario that will come with the Park Live DLC. And the answer to the question, am I going to play another Let's Play? Well, the answer is probably yes, but not now. And the reason for that is that I felt throughout the past couple of months, while I was doing City of Gardens, that I was pretty much doing the same stuff that I've been doing on my main series, Design and Manage, but I've been doing it worse because I didn't have enough time, because I was pretty much pressured to release 3 episodes per week, which was my commitment. So I think instead of just doing a very quick series, plug and play series just like I've done here, I will keep up with Design and Manage. That will be my main Let's Play series, and in the meantime I think I will do other City Skylines videos. I pretty much would like to do other types of videos regarding City Skylines other than Let's Plays, and for that there's pretty much no point in having 2 Let's Play series happening at the same time. If you follow me on Twitter, you probably already have an idea of what's coming, or what I have in mind, but I'm not gonna spoil anything just yet, because I still have decided 100% if I'm gonna do it or not. But there will be definitely other types of City Skylines videos on this channel, so keep your eyes open for that if you're interested in seeing some different videos. But anyway guys, that's gonna be it for today. It has been a pleasure for me on doing this series for you. It has been 3 months and 40 episodes of fun, at least for me, and I hope you have enjoyed it as well. Otherwise you wouldn't be watching this video, of course. If you have watched every single episode up until this point, every single minute of it, I mean, I just have to applaud you, because you really have the biggest patience in the world to watch me play this game for hours and hours and hours. So I really appreciate you guys on doing that. Also, don't forget there will be a city tour video that will be pretty much coming out next week, hopefully, and also a cinematic video. So guys, thank you so much for watching this. I hope to see you again soon for more City Skylines videos, and as always, have fun.